Hey, what's going on guys, James here, and welcome back to part 2 of my Fire Cape / Fight Caves guide. This part is going to be on purely the Jad and how to kill the Jad. I'm going to go in depth on how to kill the Jad with both range and melee. Range is very similar to magic, so it pretty much covers all 3 bases. If you are struggling to get to Jad and you want to know how to get past the waves, then I have a very detailed guide on how to get through the waves from level 1 defense accounts all the way up to max mains. So you can click on the screen to check that out if you want to. So before we go ahead and look at some Jad kills, we need to kind of see what we're going to be facing. So the Jad is level 702 combat with 2,450 life points. However, when he reaches half of his life points, he will summon 4 healers. They will come from 4 different points of the room. They'll walk over to the Jad. They're all level 108, and if you attack them, they will attack you with melee. You will need to learn how to attack and lure the healers for the average player. However, if you are using melee with kind of max melee stats, or you're using the Storm of Amadio spell, which is again a fairly high level spell, you can actually deal more damage to the Jad than the healers can heal, in which case in that rare case, you will not actually need to attack and lure the healers, but for the most part you will need to learn how to do it, and so I'm going to show you in this guide. The Jad has a max hit of 970 with range and magic when you stood far away from him. However, when you're stood close to him, he'll attack you with range, magic and melee, and you'll need to know how to press swap between the 3, and with melee he can actually hit a max hit of 980. So next we come back to our good old friend the Italy Rock, which is located on the east wall of the fight caves. So before the Jad spawns, while we're fighting the last level 360, we want to get ourselves to the top left hand corner of this screenshot, which is effectively the northeast side of the Italy Rock. This will give a 40% chance of you trapping the Jad on the top right hand side of the screenshot, which is the southeast side. This will make it much easier if it's your first fire cape. However, we will need to learn what sounds the Jad makes so we can deal with the 60% chance that he doesn't spawn there. So next we have 3 magic attacks. And 3 ranged attacks. So you're going to want to learn those sounds. If you want to go back, pause, and then go back over, the first 3 were 3 magic attacks, the second 3 were 3 range attacks. The range attack is obviously much more defined because you can hear his feet really slam on the floor. So what I'm going to show you next is a clip of me getting a spawn which isn't predictable. What you need to do in this case is you need to make sure you have auto retaliate on, and then you need to listen to the sounds. And you'll see in this clip I'm praying mage to start with, and then I change to pray range as I hear the sound change. So as you saw in that clip, I did get the 60% chance that it was not spawned in the trap position, and I kept praying mage on, and then as soon as I heard the range attack, I put pray range on, and as soon as the range attack hit me, I put back to pray mage so I could do it over again. Anyway, now let's go into a video clip of us doing a range kill for the Jad, and in this situation, we're next to the Italy Rock spawn. We've potted up ready, and we put auto retaliate on and got to that spot. Now luckily we've got the 40% chance that he spawns over there. Now this is lucky if it's your first cape because it's a lot easier to deal with. It gives you time to prep. The main thing you want to do is you want to stay calm in this situation. So the main reason that people fail a fire cape is because they're not calm and they kind of panic and then they miss a prayer switch. And if you're not 99 hit points or close to, then are not unbrewed, then if you miss a prayer switch, then there's a good chance you'll die because he maxes a lot. So the next thing you want to do is just set your prayers on, turn that auto retaliate off because that's only going to hinder you when you're trying to click around. So what you want to do is you want to move your camera angle so it's in a really good position. You can see his feet well, you can see his body well. Don't worry about his life points as such, that's not a massive issue. Obviously playing in full screen as opposed to fixed screen is a definite advantage. At this point this is where I got the clips from of the sounds, so that's why I'm just kind of stood there and then I attack him again. So what you want to do is you want to just keep attacking him and hover over the prayers. So as you can see, just watch the prayers. You can see him do as a mage. I quickly pray to mage. Don't panic. Don't watch anything else. The only thing you want to watch at first is what prayers is doing. So once you've got that mastered, you can see what prayers is doing. You want to make sure your prayer points are still high. Now in order to drink a prayer pot dose, you will see me do it multiple times. As soon as you switch a prayer, or you see him like he's doing a ranged attack, I'm praying range. So this is the point at which I press F1 or click on the inventory. F1 moves to the inventory if you don't know it's a hotkey, and then you drink the dose and you get back to your prayer. So this is the part that people usually find easier if you don't have a fire cape already. This is a fairly easy part because once you've done it once or twice, you've failed once or twice, or you've had a go at it once or twice, it's fairly easy. And this is the part people find hard. And this is my advice to you. Again, keep calm. Don't worry about the healers. Don't look at the Jad's life points. Don't worry about what they're doing. Watch what the Jad does with his attacks. That's what's going to get you killed. If you miss that, the healers won't automatically KO you. You don't have to worry about them. What you want to do is you want to attack all the healers turn by turn, but don't really look at them. Don't really look at the healers. Just click it and then look away. And just make sure you protect from the Jad. Now this is what actually made me make a small mistake. So I will go over the mistake. I've put the mistake in deliberately, but what you want to do once you've got the healers on you in this kind of spawn is you want to run around the rock and you want to kill the healers because they're just an annoyance. And if you're 1 defense or 40 defense, then they're only going to hit you really hard. If you are max, then what you can do is you can just tank them out whilst killing the Jad. If you're high range level and a high defense level, it's probably advised just to tank them out because they're not going to hit you too bad. And because you're a high range level, you'll probably be killing the Jad. Anyway, as you noticed, I thought that I had one healer stuck over there. I knew it was over there, but I was adamant that it was kind of lured on me and just didn't run round. Now, what I didn't notice was it was actually, if you have a look, it was actually stood there healing the Jad. Now this is bad. This. I will put this in the video because I wanted to make this as an example as what not to do. So I left it there, and as you can see, I attacked it, and I decided, all right, what I'll do is I'll just get rid of it as well. There's no point tanking it. I'm only in black d'hide. I'm 70 defense and 70 range. For those who don't know, that's the stats on this account, and I'll kill it. So then I went back out to carry on with the Jad, and this is where you normally continue and finish it. However, because that healer was on it, it healed it back to full life points. And I've sped this forward just because you don't want to just watch it. It'd be fairly boring because it's just the same thing. Because it's been healed back to full life points, once the Jad's back at full life points, as soon as you kill the fun healer, if it's still at full life points, it's effectively like starting again. So if it's at full life points, as you'll see on the screen, the healers will just come again, which is not what you want. Obviously, you don't want to be. This is effectively kind of like killing 2 Jads in one. It's just an annoyance. So this is something you want to make sure it doesn't happen to you, which is again why I put it in the video. So as you can see, this time I start attacking them again just as I did before. Make sure you're watching the Jad's attacks. Keep the Jad in sight at all times. Never take the Jad's front 2 feet out of sight. And as you'll see, the healers start going back to him. Now, I normally just melee the Jad whenever I do it. I haven't done it for range for a long time until I made this guide. And I never realised that the healers kind of walk back to him if you don't attack him quick enough, which is something that you guys obviously then, if you're going to be doing the fire keep, need to be very, very aware of. You need to make sure you have all 4 healers, otherwise the same thing that just happened to me will happen to you. Anyway, for the rest of this, I'll start speeding it up for you guys because obviously it's very boring. So just quickly kill the healers off just like you did before. Very simple. Sometimes it can take a while depending on your range level because they do heal each other as well, which is really annoying. And then you just want to, again, refocus. You've done the hard bit now. The hard bit is over. This is the point at which you do not want to mess it up. So make sure your prayer is high before you go back out. Make sure you keep your prayer high, but then remember the main focus is just on watching the Jad's feet and what he does, because the range attack and the mage attack are the 2 things you need to focus on. What I found was a good method the first time I ever did the Jad, like 5 or 6 years ago when it came out, was just to clear everything off my desk. Anything that was a distraction, kind of clear that off my desk. When I actually do the Jad, I did it with sounds on here, the whole thing, but obviously I wanted to commentate it, so I got rid of them. But the best thing to do in my eyes is to take the sounds off if you get it lured. If you don't get it lured, obviously you're going to have to keep the sounds on because otherwise there's a good chance you'll die. Anyway, so once you've done that and you've followed those instructions, hopefully something like this will happen for you guys as well. Get that last hit, a nice 2 in range, and the Jad is down like so. Don't panic when you get close. That's another thing that people do. They panic when they get close, and then you'll end up failing, which is really bad. Okay, so moving on, let's look how we melee a Jad. So first off, this account I'm using is level 138 combat. However, if you look at the inventory, I haven't Orb of Oculus. That's because I intended to get screenshots whilst doing this. That was my intention of coming into the fight caves. I never realised I'd be meleeing the Jad. I actually used 4 prayer potions, like a brew, and absolutely no stat boosting potions whatsoever. So this shows that I'm doing this with 99 stats. So if you can boost to 99 stats, then you can easily do what I'm about to do. So what we need to do is you need to just do exactly what you did before. Prayer switch while stood away. As soon as he does an attack that you're familiar with, like the range attack is the one I use, put pray range on, and then go and attack the Jad. Once you attack him, as soon as the magic attack or the ranged attack have hit you, put Pray Melee on. That's what you have to do. You have to instantly put Pray Melee on. So as you see, I get the mage attack, put Pray Melee on. And then what I actually did is just I clawed him out, and I got the 5 hit before the healers even got there, which is why I said you can do it with melee. Anyway guys, if you did enjoy this guide, please give me a like, it really helps out the channel, and I'll see you again for another video.